Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a three-time Pro Bowler, Derek Carr, leading the Oakland Raiders as they match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's get you up to Nashville and Nissan Stadium. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Godden with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Ryan Suckup of the Titans has this one teed up, and we are underway from Nissan Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raiders offense getting ready to be led by Derek Carr. Now, Derek in week 3 in that loss against Minnesota, 27-34. So those numbers look okay. 2 touchdowns and an interception, but they got behind early in this ballgame, Charles, and could never really recover.
They need some help from their defense to keep them in games so that Derek Carr and the offense can make those types of plays without having to make comebacks, right? That gives them a chance to win. But one of the early stories for Oakland, how about Darren Waller? Out of Georgia Tech, out of football for a while. He's come back in a huge way. 13 catch, 133 yards through the first 2 weeks. He had 13 catch, 134 yards.
And right away, he lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Back deep, Adoree Jackson. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. Here's Jackson to return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football. So here come the Titans under second-year head coach Mike Vrabel. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Out of Oregon, it's Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota's skill set can help continue to evolve the position of quarterback in the NFL, because his ability to run with the football, you may not utilize it as little as other coaches have in the past. You may emphasize that part of the game a little bit more.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Titans. Taywan Taylor, 70 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Charles, we need to talk about Oakland's upcoming road schedule here as the Raiders come back out onto the field. I mean, they're not going to be back home until November, if I'm seeing this correctly, against Detroit.
You're right, because this game at Minnesota started this road trip, right? They're not back in Oakland until November, as you said. So the A's, who they share the ballpark with, are battling for a wild card in baseball. Imagine if they play all the way through. That means the World Series gets played before the Raiders are back playing on that turf. They do actually have one home game, except it's in London.
Yeah, against the Bears.
So that really doesn't count in terms of being back in your own bed, your own facility, and going through your regular routine. A heck of a road trip for this Raiders squad.
The only bit of good news, if you can call it that, is they do have their open week after that trip to London. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. With it is Jackson. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Tennessee's offense coming back out here on the field. And last week, not a good week for Tennessee, Charles. The 20-7 loss to Jacksonville. What was really troubling, Marcus Mariota sacked 9 times in that game.
And this offensive line knew going into the season that Taylor Lewan, their starting left tackle, would not be available for the first 4 games. So they went through the entire preseason understanding that, making their adjustments. Those adjustments didn't help them at all against Jacksonville. And what did the Jacksonville players say during the game? Saxonville is back. 9 sacks tilted the balance of that contest.
Flush to his right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result in the end, the Titans touchdown. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Now left side on the swing pass. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Wesley Woodyard, he does a little bit of everything, and this time he gets the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Brown, his first catch. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. You know, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down run.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic a bit.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Wesley Woodyard able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now Mariota over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mariota now. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Extra point try now for Suckup. And it is now 21-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
And he'd like to stay up. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jackson. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
Blue line, where are they team?
A first down throw for Mariota. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Mariota hands to Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with his second touchdown here this first half. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point put through by Succop. And a route is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Jacobs. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanking the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Dion Lewis getting set to go again here with his guys on offense. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing, Mariota, eluding the pressure right. Space to run past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. First down, Mariota. Flushed out right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the dump off at 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. And this is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Hey, we're good. 26, check 26. Hands up.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down now. It's Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Raiders on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. On the return, Jackson. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Marcus Mariota and the Titans about to go on offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Mariota going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Here's Mariota. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. To throw Mariota. He will find Davis on the left side complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Mariota to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Corey Davis there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. To throw is Mariota. And this is going to be caught by Sharp for a Tennessee touchdown. Tajay Sharp as the first half is winding down as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Suckup for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? As we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mariota gives to Henry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mariota now to throw on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And avoids the contact by sliding.
Come on, man. Let's go.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
When this offense gathers to watch, hammering for the goal line, he loses the football. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Now Carr. Cameron Wake, his 2nd sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Running is Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Taking it about the 36. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good return there. Call it third. Yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Let's go. 5. 30 base. I'm coming after you.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill flushed out right. And Walker with it over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Lewis here on first down. About 3 yards there to the 27. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They try again with Lewis. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. That is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The throw complete here to Williams. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Carr. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Tannehill. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphreys. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. Tannehill now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill escaping the pressure right. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now it's Tannehill. And Walker has it. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Lewis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle. On second down, it's Lewis. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Lewis. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football.
Break. You draw Corker.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go through it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Maurice Hurst able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Check. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, tight.
Let's go.
Now Tannehill. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Flush to, and it's intercepted at the goal line. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Here we go. Slam.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Looking sideline, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A Raider first down, 17 yards. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Carr. And to the left side here, Wilson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He gets it to Brown, complete. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow. Clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2000...
This is caught inside the 15. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken to the 26. There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Suckup for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Super Bowl hero, Malcolm Butler, makes a stop. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.
Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.